Waikanae Beach in New Zealand. On my right, your left, is Teza Ekom, we're the co-founders of Zanekin Studios. Welcome to week 7 of our podcast. Today we are talking about short form video creation with AI. Welcome, Teza. How are we doing this week?
Oh, awesome. How about you, Helen?
Super fantastic and sparkling, thank you. Getting ready for my new bookcase to arrive, so I've got to remove all that stuff under the brown sheet behind me. So I can
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes, I know.
What is under the brown sheet behind you?
Office supplies that are in boxes and 3 totes of yarn, which I've already got 3 totes sitting out in the hallway, and I've got 2 more totes sitting in the bedroom. No, 3 totes sitting in the guest bedrooms. That's 9. And I think there's a couple of, and there's about 3 or 4 out in the garage as well.
I didn't know you knitted.
I knit and crochet.
Oh, wow. How cool is that?
It's a good fun time activity to do in the evenings when you want to keep your hands occupied. You want to watch a movie and keep your hands occupied, because normally I watch a movie and I'll be doing like puzzles or even reading, but knitting and crochet I can do and I keep watching the screen. So I just have to glance down every now and again to see what I'm doing, and so I can follow a movie along better by crocheting or knitting.
So, nice.
Yeah. But anyway.
Speaking of movies, kind of.
Yeah. I've got to go get the DVD player though, because there's a specific DVD player I need to get that plays all regions.
Oh,
because all my DVDs and Blu-ray are American based. So this particular DVD/Blu-ray player that you can get here in New Zealand will unlocks the regions. It automatically does it for DVDs, but you have to set it for the Blu-ray when you put a Blu-ray disc and set it to the North America one. So I just got to get that, and I'll be rocking.
Nice, excellent.
Yeah, I got to go over the valley for that one. But anyway, so how was your week? How's that been?
It's been very good. Yesterday we had speaking of bookshelves, we had a strange incident. Well, it made sense in hindsight. But I'm standing in the kitchen talking to Greg, and I see the strange expression on his face. I'm going, what? Well, behind me is the walkway to the next room, and he said the two shelves he just watched them. They just tilted forward like this, and all the magazines slid onto the floor.
What a strange look on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the rain again. We've been having rain on and off, and so it's just started. The sun's just gone and the rain's come in again. Very so if the side of the face gets a little darker, it's because of the dark clouds coming through. But anyway, welcome to week 7 of our weekly 7 questions. Let's be honest, short form videos can feel exhausting. TikTok reels, YouTube shorts, the place is wild. It's a wild place. If you're a business owner, it can feel like you need a full production team just to keep up. Totally understand that. But yes. Here's the shift. What if you stopped trying to edit out the internet and started building creative systems instead?
Nice idea. Let's expand on that.
Today we're talking about how AI helps you dominate short form video without burning out, not by replacing you, but by removing parts that slow you down. Yes, I can totally get that one. I manually create a lot of short form videos, and I can tell you it's very time consuming, but with what we're going to show you today, we're going to show you how much quicker it's going to be. So let's get into it. You ready for the questions now, Teza?
Oh, let's do this. I'm excited. I love short form videos, actually.
Me too. I think they're great. You can get a lot of information in just one short form video.
Oh, yes.
So Teza, first question, can AI help with hooks?
I think so. Of course it can. So here's the thing about hooks, Helen. If they don't stop, as you're scrolling through and looking at videos, if they don't stop you in the first 3 seconds, then you don't have a message. What you have is a monologue, and they're just going to keep going on by. So the key points of this, Helen, are that the first 3 seconds decide everything. You really want to hook them in the first 3 seconds, then they know that they're going to want to continue to watch what you have to say, which sounds strange because these are short videos anyway, but hey. So AI can generate and does dozens of hook variations instantly.
Yeah,
So sometimes then the harder part is deciding which one you want to use the best.
exactly.
We'll talk about that in just a second. So, AI does study high performing patterns, so it's going to give you pretty good suggestions. And, but best of all, it removes blank page analysis because I don't know about you, Helen, but the first time I ever thought about writing hooks, I was like, what? So, if AI will give me a list of them, even if I don't like any of them or if I don't like most of them, now my brain's working and I can go, aha, yes, okay, I know what I want. So, here's an example. You might think your hook is, well, today I want to talk about watch time. And AI might suggest why your videos die before they start. Same topic, completely different energy.
Absolutely.
So,
I would click on the second one rather than the first one.
yeah, I would too. But the first one is correct. It's just
Yes.
boring.
But we just
Okay.
add a little bit of sparkle to it, and look what happens. People stop.
I would stop for why your videos die before they even start. So, this is important because you can have the most thoughtful, well crafted insight in the world, but if nobody stays past second three, it doesn't matter.
That is true.
Hooks, hooks buy attention, and attention buys opportunity. So,
Absolutely.
our practical takeaway for this, and this is what we want you guys to try, those of you watching at home or at your business, ask AI for 10 hook variations. Read them out loud, and then choose the one that feels natural in your voice, not the one that sounds impressive on paper.
That is true. It is. It always makes interesting when you start reading through the hooks. I mean, the number of times of the ChatGPT has given me hooks, and I've gone through them and I've read them out, and I'm typing it at the same time. Number one, don't like it. Number two, that sounds like a good topic for a young adult book series. So I'll shelve that one. And I go through them like this, and I'm evaluating them and like listening to them. And like when it comes to the ones with the book titles or the book series or the book ideas, it immediately pops into my head and I start seeing the scenes from the book. If I don't see the scenes from the book, then it's not a book idea, it's something else. And so then I got to
Right.
look and see what that something else is. But I'll start getting flashes when I read out a title that could be a book series or a book title or a book title for a book.
Yeah.
So that's how I sort through them. And then I give my feedback to ChatGPT. Yeah, that one didn't really appeal to me. This one I don't like. This one needs to be a book title. This one's a book series. And yeah, it's how I've got so many book series conversations inside ChatGPT saved up. All right, ready for question number 2?
Of course.
Can AI improve watch time?
Yeah, I think so.
Love it.
All right. So, yes, watch time isn't about talking more, it's about making every second earn its place. So, I like these things. So, AI can help you, will remove filler words and long pauses. It will improve pacing automatically, and it suggests zooms and visual changes. So, just better pacing will improve retention. So, we all have that moment where we say,
Oh,
so, and stare
uh,
at the ceiling. And so AI doesn't get attached to your filler words.
that's
So
awesome that it can remove those.
this is really nice. It just deletes them.
Yeah, but
So
there's
you can,
time. But hang on, there is times that you want the long pause in there for effect,
yeah,
like you're saying a
yeah,
sentence, and then you pause before you give them the answer, or you pause before you give them the power of that video. So I hope it
that's true.
doesn't erase those ones.
That's true. You don't want it to automatically think. Well, that's why the human needs to stay in control
Exactly.
or in charge. Maybe not in control, in charge. So, all right. So, um, watch time is how you earn distribution, and retention equals reach. So, you can have the best message in the world, but if nobody watches, oh, I'm sorry. Eh, How did I get past here? All right. I apologize.
We're
I
having
got lost
technical
in
issues
my
with
own
our notes.
notes. Okay. So the practical takeaway of this is let AI tighten your edit. You focus on clarity and delivery. But I agree with you because actually ChatGPT will also tell me when I ask it to help me write up some of my scripts. It will say, make this statement and pause, right, for effect, right? Don't just keep barreling on as though you were reading a book out loud.
Yeah.
So the pauses are important. So pacing is important. And especially if it offers you some tips, then try it out for yourself. Watch yourself on camera before you actually go on camera.
Yep, you can do that, and you can also when you're practicing on camera, put those pauses in, record it, and watch it back.
Yes.
Then you can see. Then you can listen. I was going to say see how it hears. You can listen to how it hears. You can
Yes.
listen to the cadence because when you're doing videos and you're doing scripts and stuff, there is a rhythm that goes with them, and people will be tied up in the rhythm, and then you suddenly pause for effect. It can be quite dramatic.
It worked.
It did.
You had my attention.
You're waiting to hear what's coming next. It's like that. But the long pauses like they do on game shows when they want to tell you the answer or open a bag or reveal whatever it is that or whatever on the game shows they're playing, and they're like got that music going and there's nothing happening. Like they go, the winner is, and he's standing with the envelope, and they go to the two final contestants and they're going backwards and forwards. They might go to an audience shot, then they come back to the contestants again. I'm like, just open the friggin' envelope. That is to me, that is too long of a dramatic pause.
But there's a producer backstage going, it worked.
Exactly, because but the thing is that if you're yelling at the screen, you don't hear when they announce the winner. You just see it by the reactions on their faces when the camera suddenly zooms in on this person over here. Yeah, that can be too long of a pause.
Too funny. So yeah, you focus on the clarity and delivery, and then let AI tighten your edit. So,
exactly.
Helen,
Yes.
The question 3 is for you.
Ooh.
Yes, I think you'll like question 3. So, can AI generate captions for videos?
Oh, yes. Yes, it can. You can. I'm pulling out the sleeves for this one.
I see that.
So when I make short form videos, I have the AI avatar speaks whatever the script is that's typed out. But of course, we need people who may have hearing impairments. They may be wanting to put the thing on mute and watch it silently because they might actually have a Zoom call on over on this computer over here. Not that I do that, just for those that I will type on my laptop while listening. But I don't watch other videos. To me, that's just too. I can't handle that. It's just too much for me. So most people actually watch videos on mute because they don't want to disturb anybody around them. Like if you're sitting in the family room or something, you're watching a family movie, and you're sitting there with your phone quietly, you can sit there and you can read the text. The thing that you miss out on though when you're reading the text is that you don't get the emotion with it.
Yeah, you'll have to imagine
they get through the video. And AI caption tools are now highly accurate. You can tell when there are some transcription services out there that when they're typing up what is being said, I sort of like look at the word and go, how did they get that word when they said this? And I will wind it back to rewatch that thing to listen to see what did they actually say and did it actually translate it correctly. But now AI is actually becoming more highly accurate with the subtitles and things. Stylized captions increase engagement because you can stylize the captions. You can use it to highlight words. You can have words pow out. I think that's the right term, pow out, where they go like this, flash at you, or suddenly go bigger and go smaller again. So it highlights certain things that way, and it saves hours. It saves hours because if you're trying to type the captions yourself to put them in there, and you want a word to pop out and all that, you got to do a lot of fiddly stuff to do that. But I will do it like that, because you can go in there and I think we'll talk about this later on when we get to B-Reels. But you can go in there and you can actually say, at this point, I want these words to highlight.
Yeah.
and things like that too. And why all this is important is no captions means lost attention and lost accessibility. If you don't have captions, we should probably put the captions up on this.
Gee.
Actually, on the replay of the video, I think you've got the option there to show the captions anyway. But if you don't put captions on your short-term videos, that's what we're talking about, right? Short-term,
form videos.
Short form, that's the I knew term wasn't the right word. It's for me, it's Monday, and it's been a very relaxing Monday for me. It's basically my Sunday. I didn't get out of bed till like 11 this morning. It was awesome. I just stayed in bed and read and watched videos, and it was wonderful. Just snuggled down there while the rain's pouring all around you, and it was awesome. The wind's whistling, and yeah, it was just snuggling down in bed. It was like, I'm just gonna stay, and I'm a morning person, so yeah, it was for me to stay in bed till 11 o'clock. That was a challenge, but I did it. I wanted to. No, it's the reason because it was raining and cold and the wind whistling. It was just nice to lay there in bed and just be lulled by that sounds while reading. It's one of my favorite things to do. Snuggle down on a cold, windy, wet day and just snuggle down and read, eat ice cream. I don't need ice cream though because that would have been in bed. I don't need ice cream in bed. Anyway. We're about to. So no captions means loss of attention and accessibility. And your practical takeaway for this one is automate captions every time. Make it part of your workflow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
question.
I was just going to say, the place where I first came across this was actually in TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I put my videos in TikTok, and I think it was doing it automatically.
So the ones that think about when you're scrolling through something like TikTok or you're scrolling through Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels, when you're scrolling through those, which ones do you stop at the most?
Well, I like the one, like you or like you've mentioned, I like the ones that have the captions because
you stop at the captions the most.
Yeah, I'm just exactly. And so when people don't have captions on theirs, I go, oh, well, darn. I'll have
you
to come
don't
back
realize that you're doing it, but you're filtering out those videos that don't have captions. You just scroll past them. Now, some people will stop at the ones that don't have captions because they don't like captions. But most people will actually stop at the ones that have captions.
Yeah, that is so interesting.
And their brain will ignore the ones that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So captions are important. Question 4 for you, Teza.
Okay. Question 4. Can AI help with editing? Well, I kind of hinted at this earlier, but yes, it can. And I'm so glad it can. I think one of the tools that, I can't remember what it's called right now. I think it's called Descript. It's really, really amazing with that. But then there's CapCut. There's several out there that are really good. So text-based editing speeds up production. And this is so true. When you can go off, so if you have your video in one part of your screen and you have your command sections, where you type in your prompts on the other side, the fact that you can just type it in and then watch what it does over here, and then you go back, type some more and watch. It's, to me, that's just, I find that very, very, very helpful. And the idea that I could just, so over here, I'm talking and blah, 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 blah. And over here, I can go, okay, you can remove 3 of those blahs, please. And so, yes, AI absolutely can help with that. AI removes background noise, which is huge. Nice. And not only that, Helen, but it can remove, if for some reason you had music in your video that you're afraid will get you in trouble with licensing, copyrights, you can have it remove all of it too and put in music that's royalty free. So that's very helpful. So color grading and polishing happen a lot faster with AI, and it removes technical friction. These days, removing as much friction as possible is the name of the game.
Yeah, I used to edit my own videos back in the day, and I hated having to do it because you had to get that precision down. I want it to stop here, and then I need to split it at this particular point. It took forever at times to get that second. Yeah, to find that right second for it, and you had to play it through, and you had to watch where it's got to that word or that break that you needed, and then you're like, okay, I've got it. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Stop. And you're like, crap, I missed it, and now we're going to start back again. Sometimes it took for 8. Other days I got in there and it was like snap, 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 And other days it was sort of like, because it was taking me so long. And so to be able to have this technical friction removed with AI, so
Yes.
much easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is one of those things where AI is super helpful.
It's
I'm very happy for that.
Saving us time.
So editing is this is important because editing is where most business owners stall, and friction kills consistency. And I can attest to that for sure, because if it took too long to do, I was like, I have other things to do, forget it. And
Or
then
was even the thought of, I've got to edit the videos. Oh, I really don't want to do that later.
Yes. To the point where I even considered hiring somebody to do it. So
Yep.
let somebody else deal with it. Now somebody else is an AI. This is wonderful.
It's awesome.
All right. So the practical takeaway for you guys out there who are listening or watching, use AI to handle the mechanics so you can show up more often without resentment.
And
I like
save
that.
time.
And save time. Then you can make more money.
Okay, so question 5, Teza. What parts of a video should stay human?
Well, the one where the human shows up. Okay, I suspect there is more to that than that. This is the big one. Your story, your belief, your lived experience. So if you're wanting to impart some technical information, the AI can super help with that. But if you want to share how you did, having the AI talk about your experience is just going to be kind of weird. Okay, it's just going to be wonky. So don't do that. Your tone and nuance. AI does not have soul, but you do. And so connection converts, not polish, which is why we've heard so many people, but especially our own business coach, say imperfect beats, making it perfect every single time, because people want to relate to you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't relate to AIs. So, absolutely. The practical takeaway is let AI handle the structure and the speed and putting in the captions and taking the ums and ahs away.
Well, that's
You
stuff we just talked about.
never outsource your perspective.
Well, no,
Share
you
your
can't
story.
outsource your perspective.
Well, I suppose I could go to ChatGPT and say, "Well, what do you think?" ChatGPT will be like, "What am I
No.
supposed to think?" Oh no. You're the human. Just saying. All right.
I think the saying that you were coming up with is a published imperfect video will outdo the perfect video inside your head every single time.
That's exactly what he
So
says.
just do it.
I may not get the in between part, but I got the just do it part. Get on the camera and talk.
Exactly. Are we perfect? No.
No,
We
we're
can?
not.
No.
How else are we talking? We go from ice cream in bed to falling bookshelves. From watching long movies to talk about making
Short
really
form.
good short form
Yeah.
videos. So Helen,
Yes.
you'll like this one. The next question. So can AI help with storytelling in video?
Yes. AI structures the hook, the value, the result. It turns rambling into clarity. And trust me, there are times I sit there and I just like type, or I will turn on the microphone and just ramble. And I need to make a script out of that. And so AI is very good at turning around and going, okay, here's your ramble. Here's the summary of it. Here's your script to go with it. This is what you're trying to say. And it takes out all the wasted words. And so you end up with a very neat and tidy script. I'm not much one for scripts, so it kind of gets blown out the window a little bit. It finds narrative arcs and it shortens bloated scripts. So when I sit there on I will sit on my phone and bring up the ChatGPT app, and I would just sit here and ramble, hit the little button, and it summarizes and it prints up everything, and then it prints it in a way that it can be done in a script. It takes out all that bloated stuff. It takes out the duplication stuff that I put in there. And it's important because if your video wanders, viewers are going to leave. So it gives you especially if you're doing short form videos, it gives you you can ramble into there and it will pull out the important points and put it into a very neat, tidy script for you that you can follow, kind of.
Okay.
I am not a good one for scripts.
I don't mind scripts, but I don't want to talk in bullet points either.
Yeah. Short form scripts I can do. Anything longer than, 30 seconds, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or I'm improvising. And your practical takeaway for this is brain dump first. That's what I do when I sit with my phone and I just go ramble, 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 blah, 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 blah. And then let AI shape it into a tight 20 second, 30 second, 40 second, 60 second, whatever length you need. Let it tighten it all up into that. So ramble, 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 and let it clean it up for you.
Yeah.
And that's, So get practice doing that. And if you've got the app on the phone, ChatGPT has a little microphone where you can just talk into it. If you've got the app, the ChatGPT app on your computer, again, hit that little microphone button. I don't know if you can do it on the website though, because I'm usually working in the app anyway.
No, it's got to be the app.
Yeah.
You can actually, you can talk into it. That's true. But all it does is record what you're saying. I mean, it translates it into words.
So. Yes. It transcribes it for you. So,
transcription.
But if you're working in ChatGPT and finding it slow, download the app onto your computer. It will run so much faster. Yeah. Because otherwise on the browser, it's getting tied up with the internet and everything else that goes on there. So if you can switch to the app, it runs a lot faster because you don't have to go through a website to do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Excellent point.
Yes.
All right. So when we went over these questions, Helen and I, and we were deciding which ones we were going to talk about, the next one I said is definitely yours, Helen, because I don't know anything about it. And the question is, can AI generate B-roll ideas?
Yes, absolutely. I use a program called HeyGen. You can either get a subscription service for it, or if you're using the Galaxy AI membership there, they have HeyGen inside that as well. And you basically put in your script, you choose the avatar that it's going to be, whether it's your personal avatar or whether it's one of the AI generated avatars that are on there, and you get it talking and all of that. Then you've got to put the B-roll in. The B-roll is adding in photographs, adding in videos, adding in other bits and pieces, doing the captioning and all that sort of stuff to make it look entertaining and non-boring. Entertaining.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a talking head only, it gets boring.
Yeah.
And if you sit there and you've got a person, then I think about my podcast and think, this is what I do. I'm a talking head on my podcast.
I do monologues.
But then I don't sit and talk with the same time. I can't do it now. You used to be able to do it where you could just sit there and talk at the same time and not raise your voice on anything and just do it. Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Okay,
but I'm not do it quite effectively, but I can't.
I'm not Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart can walk out on a stage and deliver this whole one-man play, and it's amazing.
But he's got the tones. He's got the different tones in there. It's not it's a monologue, not a monotone. So the monologues are brilliant. I love those, especially when they put in their own pieces in there, their own inflections on things, their nuances. If you've got a monotone, it is somebody talking in the same tone across the whole thing with no ups, no downs. It's the same all the way across. Like that needle doesn't move. It just goes all the way across. Yes, exactly. And you fall off and go to sleep. So AI suggests complementary visuals. It will suggest putting an image in here, putting a video in at this point where we're still talking over everything. They're just showing different things. Some tools even source clips for you. Visual movement increases retention. If you're watching my daily podcast, my background, I have a surround that goes around my head and it's constantly moving. It's keeping people's attention. Use hand gestures if you have to, because if you don't have a background that you can move, then you need to use hand gestures. So there's some sort of movement in there. You're not just sitting there talking in a monotone voice and going, blah, 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 blah. You're being animated. So animate yourself.
Even the newscasters don't do that.
Oh, I tell you, there's a couple of newscasters I have watched and lasted 30 seconds and changed the channel because I couldn't stand watching them because they were sitting there like this talking in a monotone tone and blah, 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 blah. Staring at them, they weren't even blinking. I was just like, I'm out. So be animated. If you're doing a podcast, be animated.
So are there tools in Galaxy that do this for us?
Yeah. You got HeyGen
Oh.
in there that will help you with the whole B-roll thing. You get the
Wow.
script. Now, HeyGen, I just only used to do, I used to have to use HeyGen and then Submagic. Like I put the video, create the video in HeyGen with the avatar talking with the script. Then I would have to download that, upload it into Submagic, and then in Submagic I could create the B-roll. And you actually open up the side piece over here, and you've got the timing there for everything else. So you can say, okay, between 10 seconds and 13 seconds, I want this image in there. And you drop that image in there that you want, or you want a video to play. And then you're playing the video and you're hearing the voice going over and you see the image pop. Yes, that worked fine. No, that's in there too long. I need to take a second off. It's not in there long enough. I need to add a second. And you are literally getting down to seconds. How many seconds do you want a photo playing? How many seconds do you want a video playing? And this sort of stuff. And so then I have to go into Submagic to do all of that and then put the captions on. Now in HeyGen, they've now improved it where I can actually put the captions in there and do a little bit of editing with putting photographs in there. Not to the quality of Submagic, but it's enough to get by.
Nice. I'm going to have to go play with that because
HeyGen is inside Galaxy AI if you have that.
So you can do it there. Yeah.
And why it's so important is dynamic visuals hold attention longer.
Yes,
that's what we're all about. We want to hold that attention. We want people to stay and watch. So if you're going to be on video, be animated. Change your tone of voice. Go up and down. Go down deeper if you really want to. Or go really high if you want to, or somewhere in between. But put those nuances in there that AI cannot put in because it is a human putting them in, and you are stressing the words that you want stressed,
right?
And you're stressing points that you want stressed. So just go do it. And your practical takeaway is ask AI to suggest 3 to 5 B-roll ideas for every script before filming.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot from this. And now I understand more about B-roll. Thank you.
Well, the other thing is too, is that if you get it to suggest it before you do the ideas for every script before filming, it could be that you're putting a slide in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can talk to the slide because when the slide's going to be dropped in there, you can now talk to the slide.
Right.
See here in this image where it shows da-da-da-da-da, and then you're off and talking.
Well, you recommended I watch a video a couple of days ago that I did get around to watching, and I enjoyed very much. But she was the best I've ever seen at that because hers weren't. A lot of people throw in stuff, and I find it's just jarring. Hers just seemed to be quite. In fact, it was so natural.
Flows.
When she came to her commercial, I didn't even realize she had done an ad for whatever it was she was pitching. And she flows right into the commercial, flows right into her next segment. And I went, oh, that was an ad.
Yeah, because she has it down to a very fine art. And if anyone wants to know, we're talking about Cody Sanchez. She is amazing. She's like late 20s, early 30s. Amazing, incredible businesswoman, future visionary and everything else. And she did this amazing thing about talking about AI in the future and where it's going and what she's doing to prepare for it. But her whole video, there's shots of her sitting at her desk from front on, shots of her sitting on her desk from side on. There's images being put in and out of the video as she's going, but everything flows so seamlessly. Mm-hmm. It's just like, wow, that's really polished and that looks amazing. And it kept my attention for the full 13 minutes and however many seconds that video was. Because it wasn't staying on her the whole time. She was sitting there, and there's times that she's sitting there, and there's like an inset of a picture sitting right here. So you've got that constant movement in the background and constant movement. So it kept my attention. And everything was relevant. Anything that was shown was relevant to what she was saying.
Yes, exactly.
And the whole thing was just such a seamless flow of things and ideas that it just looked natural, the whole thing. Which is why if you get AI to suggest 3 to 5 B-roll ideas before you film, then you can know what you're going to be putting in where, and you can, if you want to, you can even get the script to talk to stuff that's in that picture that image that you're showing or the slide that you're showing. It becomes very effective that way.
Yeah.
So now in closing, we've done 7 questions already. Woohoo! I've learned a lot through this session. Don't know about you guys. I make short form videos a lot. And even I've learned stuff through this thing.
Yeah.
So, here's the truth. AI is not your replacement. It's your production assistant. Oh, can you imagine going and having a movie and I've never got a production assistant. It's called AI. It handles the parts that drain you. Trust me, if somebody's having to find that second split where you need to split and all that, or you got to put something to come in over here or whatever it is, it makes it so much easier. So this way you can focus on parts that differentiate you. Short form video doesn't have to feel overwhelming. There are times when I was first starting and learning how to do these, I was just like, I'm done. I'm out of here. And I would have to walk away from it for a couple of days and then come back and got to learn how to do this, got to learn how to do this. This is before AI came along and I was able to get AI to take over some of this. When you build simple AI enhanced systems, you stop chasing the algorithm and start directing your growth.
Yes.
And that's a big thing. Some people put in there because they're chasing that algorithm and system. Don't do that. Just be yourself, be who you are, and start directing your growth. Who do you want to see the video? Who is your ideal client profile that these videos are designed for? Start going after those with your videos. Don't worry about everybody else. They'll come in along the sides and everything else. And that's what makes the difference. That's the difference. Yes. And you can stop chasing the algorithm and start directing your growth for lead captures, for lead generation, and all of that sort of stuff. It makes it so much easier to get stuff out there and get it done. And you can create your content. And that's it. Week 7.
Well done. Week 7 questions.
Yeah, weekly 7. So any last parting thoughts from you, Teresa, before we get out of here?
Well, you know what? Don't let any of this stop you from experimenting. Go play, put your own videos together. But as you move AI in to help you with the structure, you'll find you actually have more creative freedom.
And your first 50 will suck.
And don't worry about
guaranteed. It's all part of the learning process. And I'm on what day am I up to now? Day 2,404 for my consecutive podcast, starting in about 23 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, you are amazing.
I still have videos that suck. I've been doing lives for 7 years and I can still suck on video. But that's me. I am not a polished person. I am who I am, and if you don't like it, I don't care. You don't have to watch.
Don't worry about it.
It's your choice if you want to watch or not. But you'll always learn really cool stuff when you do watch.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Yeah. So with that, we are out of here. Go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening. If you are available on Fridays between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Mountain Time, then come join us for the Zanekin Studios AI Open Office, where we teach a little bit about AI, but we also answer your AI questions as well. And private message us for the link because I haven't got the link on here yet.
Okay. We will next time.
We will next time. We'll get that up and running. And if you have any questions about today with the short form videos, send us a private message and we'll be more than happy to set up a 30-minute, no obligation free discovery call with you to find out what your AI needs are and how we can best help you. So go out and have a super fantastic sparkling evening.